discovery of gas deposits in Mpumalanga could be a major game changer, as the project will be the biggest in the country.
An oil and gas exploration project by energy giant Shell is set to begin in the coming days. According to environmentalists, it's a threat to marine life in the largely untouched Wild Coast.
Oil has been discovered in South Africa. The country has been presented with a new opportunity through recent energy explorations, revealing significant oil and gas discoveries. The most notable discovery was the Brulpadda field, which is discovered by TotalEnergies in 2019. The Brulpadda field is located here, about 175 kilometers off the southern coast of South Africa. It is estimated to contain between 1.5 to 2 billion barrels of oil equivalent. TotalEnergies has also made two other significant gas discoveries offshore the Leopard gas field in 2020 and the Pioneer gas field in 2021. The country has also made its largest onshore discovery of gas in 50 years in the Mpumalanga province. This video will delve into South Africa's dilemma, navigating the delicate balance between addressing soaring rates of unemployment while confronting the complex task of executing a just energy transition. The transition entails a pivotal shift towards sustainable and cleaner energy sources, yet the nation must grapple with the pressing energy crisis, weighing the potential employment opportunities against the long-term environmental impacts of offshore drilling. When it comes to oil, Nigeria is one of Africa's largest oil producers, producing around 1.7 million barrels of oil per day. This makes it the 14th largest oil producer in the world. This is how South Africa compares to Nigeria in oil production.
French energy giant Total has found significant hydrocarbon deposits off the South African coast. An estimated potential of about 9 billion barrels of crude, another 60 trillion or so cubic feet of natural gas. With that sort of haul, many describe this as a potential game changer.
According to the latest estimates, this is how South Africa's imports of crude oil look like. South Africa imports mainly from countries in the Middle East and Africa. Nigeria and Saudi Arabia supplied the most imports in 2021. The country also imported small volumes from Ghana and Angola. To place South Africa in the world, it is located here and surrounded by two major oceanic systems, the Atlantic Ocean to the west and the Indian Ocean to the east, with diverse marine biodiversity. In recent years, the country has made significant energy breakthroughs both offshore and onshore, with TotalEnergies leading one of the major discoveries. The South African government has said that it will receive a significant portion of the revenue from these projects. South Africa's government plans to take 20% free stake in all new oil and gas ventures. The government will also receive royalties and taxes from oil and gas production. TotalEnergies is the operator of the offshore block with a 45% working interest, alongside Qatar Petroleum with 25%, CNR International with 20%, and Main Street with 10%. Africa Energy holds about 49% of shares in Main Street. The partnership agreement also includes plans to drill up to 4 additional exploration wells in the block. Prior to the Brulpadda discovery, TotalEnergies had drilled 2 exploration wells on Block 11B, 12B in 2013 and 2016. Offshore exploration is regulated and performed only in government licensed areas, following strict guidelines using a process called offshore seismic surveying. The process uses compressed air released into water to create sound waves that penetrate deep into the subsurface rock at the bottom of the ocean, to give animals that may be sensitive to the sound time to leave the area. Detailed 3-dimensional maps are produced. These provide engineers the information they need to create production plans. There are reports that show that there's a delay in South Africa issuing seismic survey permits, with over 5,000 pending mining, prospecting, and permit applications. In comparison, Botswana processes mining licenses in 40 days, whereas South Africa takes around 350 days. It is important to note that the Brulpadda field is still in the early stages, and it is not yet clear how much oil will actually be produced. However, the potential for this discovery is said to be enormous and could have a major impact on South Africa's economy. If a discovery takes place offshore, what prevents any other nation from claiming the newfound oil reserves, considering they're just in the open sea? Seas are governed by the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea. The Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ, of South Africa stretches about 200 nautical miles, that's 370 kilometers from its coastline. This vast maritime area encompasses an estimated 2 million square kilometers of ocean, including the waters surrounding South Africa's mainland, its islands, and its adjacent offshore reefs and shoals. Within this EEZ, South Africa has a sovereign right to explore, exploit, conserve, and manage the natural resources, including fisheries, minerals, and other non-living resources, as well as to regulate maritime scientific research within the zone. The oil and gas discoveries are within South Africa's exclusive economic zone.
Marching along the stretch of coastline they say is in danger, these protesters refuse to give up the fight.
Environmentalists caution South Africa against persisting in the exploration of fossil fuels within this area. The maritime life in the Kinetiko Basin off the coast of South Africa, where TotalEnergies will be drilling for oil, is said to be diverse and abundant. The area is home to a variety of marine life, including fish, whales, dolphins, seals, penguins, and sharks. The cold, nutrient-rich waters of the Benguela Current support a thriving ecosystem, and the area is a popular destination for both recreational and commercial fishing. The Kinetiko Basin is home to a variety of fish species, including hake, rock lobster, anchovies, and sardines. There have been numerous cases opposing drilling in various locations, with both environmentalists and South Africans taking a stance. This resistance ranges from grassroots opposition to oil and energy companies conducting seismic tests to mapping the geology of different areas. The groups, including fishermen, sappers, eco-lodger owners, and locals, have voiced their concerns.
We don't want it here because our families live off this ocean. We fish crayfish and many other things here. Then we sell it to get money and feed our family.
Legal actions have been filed across the nation in various courts, including the High Court of South Africa, in the Western Cape and Gauteng Division. The cases highlight the presence of 179 marine ecosystem types off the coast of South Africa, emphasizing concerns not only for environmental impact, but also added health risks posed by increased greenhouse gas emissions from new oil gas fields. This ocean is our life, so it is nothing less than which all exploration will destroy, said Zingisa Ladude, one of the locals who opposed seismic seving of the area. Kinetiko South Africa, a subsidiary of Kinetiko Holdings, announced on February 20th, 2023 that it had discovered gas in the Mpumalanga province. Kinetiko Energy and the IDC's joint deal is one of the largest onshore liquefied natural gas projects in South Africa. The company drilled a well in the Secunda Basin and found in 9.4 meters of natural gas. The gas is in the Aka Formation, a deep layer of rock that is also known for having coal deposits. Kinetiko has signed a production sharing agreement with the South African government for the exploration and development of the gas discovery. The PSA is a 20-year agreement that gives Kinetiko the exclusive right to explore and create the gas field. The government will create and receive a royalty of 25% of the revenue generated from the sales of the gas. The company will also be required to invest in the community, projects, and environmental protection measures. Kinetiko has since discovered additional gas reserves in the area, and the company estimates that the total resource could be up to 2 trillion cubic feet of gas. This would be one of the largest gas fields discovered in South Africa. Against the backdrop of South Africa's recent oil discoveries, the nation grapples with the challenge of unemployment, adding a layer of complexity to its economic landscape. South Africa has one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. The oil discoveries are seen to present an opportunity since the discovery of gold. Reports show how gold was once the largest employer in the mining industry, giving way to platinum group metals by 2006. Government agencies have reported that South Africa has only 39 years of available gold resources, whereas the country still has 335 years of platinum group metals and 256 years of coal reserves available. The government has pointed out that if we're too liberal about economic development, investors won't wait and will remain poor.
Inflation in South Africa surged to its highest level in 13 years in June, driven primarily by rising prices for food, transport and housing.
Inflation has a notable impact on oil prices. influencing the overall cost dynamics within the oil market, as you can see here, since 2010. The discovery of oil doesn't necessarily translate to affordable petrol prices in South Africa. The dynamics are intricate, involving processes such as exploration, extraction, transportation to the refinery, making the relationship between oil discovery and petrol affordability a complex one. South Africa stands at a crossroad of an intricate journey, facing a dual challenge of mitigating unemployment and inequality with steering towards a just energy transition. This delicate balance requires navigating through a pressing energy crisis and considering the employment opportunities presented by sustainable energy resources. As the nation grapples with these complexities of offshore oil drilling, the path to a sustainable and equitable energy future demands a careful consideration of both economic and environmental factors.